Amid rising tensions with Iran and its proxies, the Pentagon says the United States is increasing the number of aircraft carriers deployed in the West Asia region to 2, keeping one that is already there and sending another from the Indo-Pacific. Pentagon spokesperson Shan Parnell said that Carl Vinson will join the Harry S. Truman to continue promoting regional stability, deter aggression and protect the free flow of commerce in our region. According to a fleet and marine tracker, on March 31st this year, aircraft carrier USS Truman was operating in the Red Sea, while the Carl Vinson departed from Guam on Friday, where it is set to support a 2-carrier presence as the U.S. ramps up its operations in West Asia. Apart from that, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has also ordered to deploy additional squadrons and other air assets to complement the CENTCOM maritime posture, the U.S. military command responsible for the region. The announcement comes as U.S. forces hammer Yemen's Houthi rebels with near-daily airstrikes in a campaign aimed at ending the threat they pose to civilian shipping and military vessels in that region. In the past week, as many as 6 B-2 bombers have relocated to the U.S.-British military base on the Indian Ocean island of Diego Garcia. Military experts have said that B-2 bombers, which have stealth technology and are equipped to carry the heaviest U.S. bombs and nuclear weapons, are in an ideal position to operate in that region. The Pentagon spokesperson further warned that should Iran or its proxies threaten American personnel and interests in that region, the U.S. will take decisive action to defend its people. The warning came after an advisor to Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei said that Tehran will be forced to build a nuclear weapon if the U.S. or Israel made a mistake to bomb Iran.
We have said that there is a fatwa. We are working under the supervision of the IAEA, and we won't move toward a nuclear weapon. But if you make a mistake regarding Iran's nuclear issue, you'll force Iran to take that path, because it has to defend itself.
Mr. Reza Khatami is a political commentator and is now joining us live from Tehran in Iran. Khatami, welcome to the broadcast and thank you for making time for us. What do you make of U.S. accusations of Iran backing Yemen's Houthi group and their threat of striking Iran if they do not control or even tell the Houthis to back down?
Well, Iran doesn't deny that it supports Houthis in Yemen. Iran supports them financially, militarily, and diplomatically, like other groups of the so-called axis of resistance in the region, like Hamas and Hezbollah or militias in Iraq. But at the same time, Iran says that these groups act independently and they make their own decisions. And it is not Iran that tells them what to do or what not to do. On top of that, Iran also faces the threat of military action, both for supporting Houthis and also faces threat of U.S. military action on its nuclear facilities for its nuclear program. About Yemen, Iran says that Houthis are not its proxies and Iran should not be held accountable for what they're doing. And about its nuclear program, Iran says that it is open to UN nuclear watchdog inspections of its nuclear facilities. It cites the fatwa, religious edict, that Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has forbidden production and stockpiling of nuclear weapons and says that it is open to indirect talks with the United States. But if the United States goes ahead with implementing its threat of military action, then Tehran says that it will respond decisively.
Mr. Khatami, who, in your view, is escalating this conflict in West Asia, having in mind the relentless strikes by the U.S. in Yemen?
Well, it depends who you ask. If you ask Americans or Israelis, they will say that it is Iran that is escalating the situation by supporting the Houthis and other anti-U.S. and anti-Israel forces in the region. But if you ask Iranians or Houthis, they will say that it is Israel and the United States, by backing Israel, that they are escalating the situation. Let's not forget, Houthis started the attacks, began their attacks after Israel conducted its war on Gaza. Houthis say that they are doing what they're doing in solidarity with Palestinians. And if there is a ceasefire in Gaza, then they will stop their attacks. And let's not forget that during the recent ceasefire, the Houthis stopped their attacks, and then they resumed it after Israel again attacked Gaza.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Khatami, the U.S. says that it's trying to protect their personnel in West Asia region. How vulnerable are the U.S. troops and their personnel in the region at this juncture?
Well, it's really up to military experts to decide how vulnerable the American troops are. But if you ask Iranians, they would prefer to create a deterrence by demonstrating their missile capabilities, by declaring that they would opt for a nuclear weapon if they are attacked. We know, Iranian officials have said that there are 10, but this is according to a senior IRGC, the Revolutionary Guards commander, that the U.S. forces, the U.S. has 10 bases around Iran within the range of Iranian missiles, which are home to 50,000 U.S. soldiers, and all of them are vulnerable to Iranian missile attacks. Iran has a huge arsenal of missiles, both ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, other types of missiles. Iran has recently unveiled underground missile bases. It says that an attack on Iran could set the entire region ablaze by demonstrating Iran's missile capability, by saying that they may go for a nuclear weapon. They're trying to create a deterrence against possible U.S. or Israeli military action.
Mr. Khatami is a political commentator. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Reza Khatami, for talking to us today.